10 things to know before you come to Switzerland. These are tips and tricks for travelers. I've been in Switzerland for 5-6 days and I think you should know this before you come here. These are some important considerations to make. So right now it is summer, it is mid-June, today is June 16th, and the weather is quite pleasant in both Zermatt and in Lugano where I am, but Zermatt is definitely colder. You won't need more than one layer, which means that you will need maybe one jacket to wear. You'll be good with just one jacket. You won't need a second jacket or anything. One t-shirt and a jacket over that and you're good. And if you come to Lugano, you just need one layer of clothing. I'm just wearing one layer today and I'm feeling hot because although it says it's 24 degrees, it actually feels like it's more than that. Swiss people are good and all that, but they are not particularly over friendly. They are a bit laid back. They are decent people, but they are a bit laid back and not very, like they won't really engage in a conversation with you unless you were to start it. There will be not many people who will talk to you. And I think that is an okay facet, but it's good to know these kind of things. On average, one CHF is the currency, which is local Swiss francs. It's 100 rupees for 1 Swiss franc. A meal for 4 people will cost you approximately 100 CHF, which is 10,000 rupees for a meal at a decent space in Lugano. And in Zermatt, it can cost as much as 40 CHF per person, so 4,000 rupees per meal per person. Yes, there are grocery stores where you can go and you can actually get groceries in quite reasonable rates, which are comparable to India also. For example, you can get a bottle of water at a grocery store for 60 rupees, or 6.65 CHF, and you can get a beer for 3 CHF at a grocery store. But the same beer at a bar will cost you anywhere between 6 and 11 CHF. Some bars also have it as little as 4 or 5, but you're looking to spend between 600 to 1,000 rupees for a beer. I have not ordered a whiskey at any bar that I've been to for whatever reason. Hotels will cost you anywhere between 150 CHF and 250 CHF per night for a room for up to 2, 3, 4 people. Assuming you are a family with 1 kid or just your wife and you or your girlfriend and you. So 2 to 4 people, you can get something between 150 to 200 CHF per night. So that's about 20,000 rupees a night. On an economy class Air India ticket from Delhi to Milan cost us roughly 60,000 rupees each person, and after paying for that ticket, you also have to buy visa, which costs about 10,000 or 15,000 each person. You have to get driving license if you're going to be driving, and of course the car's rental is not cheap at all. The car rental will set you back by maybe 70,000 to 80,000 rupees if you rent a car for, let's say, 8 days. So 10,000 rupees a day for a car rental. Driving is a lot of fun in Europe and you must do it. I highly recommend it. My plan was such that I spent one night in Milan, which cost maybe 130 CHF, and I drove from Milan to Switzerland. Initially it's a left-hand drive, so it took me maybe an hour to get used to it. I drove very carefully and I made a few mistakes, but eventually I became okay with it and I built confidence. And please note, the speeds on the highway are minimum 50 to 60 and go as high as 130, depending on Italy or Switzerland. The interesting thing is that if you have to go from Zermatt, Switzerland to Lugano, Switzerland, you have to go via Italy. Isn't that crazy? So the rules in Italy are very different. You have to follow the Milan road and do that, and you have different rules for different places here. But Switzerland is very crisp and nice and much better than I had expected it to be in terms of absolutely everything. I feel Switzerland is quite amazing and has overwhelmed me in every aspect. And there are so many good hills and sights and things to see in Switzerland, but oftentimes you will find yourself having to spend 100 to 200 CHF every day for doing touristy things. So on top of the hotel rent and the car rent and your passport and your visa in your air flight ticket. If you do typical touristy things, it is about 50 to 100 CHF per person per day for doing touristy activities. So quick recap: if you come into Switzerland, you will need to spend, let's say you want to spend 5 days in Switzerland, okay? So you're looking at a rental of 20,000 into 5 days. That's 1 lakh rupees for your hotel or Airbnb, whatever you choose. For your eating and everything, you're looking at 50 to 100 CHF per day per person. For your passport, visa and flight, you're looking at about 60 to 80k per person, so 80,000 INR per person. Besides that, you're also going to be spending money on eating, viewing, visiting. So 7-day trip, at least 5 to 7 lakh rupees is what it costs, and Italy is good, but Switzerland is way better in every aspect.